watching Sunday Sound Off with Frank Boal.
Evening, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Sound Off. We get a chance to be part of the conversation on everything sports. You can tweet us your questions and comments using the hashtag Sunday Sound Off. Let's introduce tonight's panel. Seren Petro, Sports Radio 810, WHB, on the program 10 to 2 every day. Seren.
Frank, I hope you have left that potty mouth you were showering on the newsroom downstairs when the Penguins gave up that goal. I hope that stays downstairs.
It'll stay downstairs. Hopefully it'll stay downstairs. Except I have to introduce TJ from Sports Night. TJ Carpenter, Sports Radio 810. How you doing, TJ?
You know what? Let's just say I'm doing better than Oklahoma City forward Steven Adams right now.
All right, Blair Kirchhoff, Kansas City Stars, columnist and fine writer. How about you? What do you have to chime in here with tonight?
Frank, I'm just counting on Pt.1 having better news than JD here in the weather room a little while ago.
Oh, boy. Battling meteorologist. That's never a good thing. Gentlemen, here are hot topics of the evening. What's your confidence level right now in your Dono Ventura? The Chiefs over-under is 9.5. Too high, too low, just right? Number 3, should Baylor head coach Art Browse be fired? We'll explain that a little bit better as we get to it. But first, our question of the week. Are the Royals completely back on track? Seren, you have a lot more confidence in them right now?
Yeah, I do. Winning series against the Boston Red Sox and the Chicago White Sox are big. And this White Sox series, I think, is just what they needed. They need something to really, give them a chip on their shoulder, give them something to prove. The White Sox were out in front. I think they picked up the tempo when they got to the Red Sox. Even though they took 2 out of 3 from the Braves, I don't really think they were playing that well. But in the last 2 series, they're getting back to doing what the Royals do. It would have been great if they could have stolen today's game. They didn't get that done, but they still take 2 out of 3 from the White Sox. Keep making ground, and that's what they've done for the last couple of years. Win series, and they're back to doing that. I like where their pitching is. I know we're going to talk about Yordano Ventura, but I think Danny Duffy's really starting to give you some hope with the way he pitched his last time out, that if he can go a little bit longer, with the bullpen, you don't need him to go 7 or 8 innings. Nobody does go 7 or 8 innings anymore. But Danny Duffy, to me, gives them some hope that they're going to solidify one of those last 2 spots in the rotation. And that's going to be really big for this club. Yeah, I like where the Royals are going. I think it's starting to come back together. I think the good news is they can still play better. Kendrys Morales, still a mess. Alex Gordon's not hitting. There's still reason to believe that there's more left in the tank.
TJ, what do you think? That's just the second road series that they've won this season.
Yeah, I think there are certainly reasons for optimism, no question about it. Beating Boston and beating Chicago in back-to-back series is certainly reason to give you comfort if you're a Royals fan, but there are still things that they need to improve on, there's no question. We haven't seen Danny Duffy go through the lineup a third time, and that's very important for starters. I think that seeing him go later in a game will certainly give me more confidence in him, but I'm not there with him yet. Their defense has improved significantly. I think that's maybe the most noticeable thing, at least it is to me. And Paulo Orlando, too. I think this guy really does deserve a shot to play every day. He at least deserves an opportunity to show us that he's not an everyday player. I think he's earned that, certainly more so than Gerard Dyson to this point. I think there are a lot of reasons for optimism. I'm not there just yet. We're going to learn a lot more about this team over the next 15 to 20 games or so. Here in about 3 to 4 weeks, I think we'll have a much better picture of what this team is.
Blair?
Well, it just goes to show the ebb and flow of baseball. We were sitting here last week thinking, boy, they got lucky. Wade Davis had given up the lead in the 9th inning to the Atlanta Braves. They were possibly get ready to lose 2 out of 3 to the worst team in baseball. Morales comes up and hits the 2-run homer, gets him out of the weekend on a high note, and they parlayed that into a 4-2 week. I guess for me, the only thing that would have been better is if they won the first 2 games of each of the series against the Red Sox and the White Sox. If they had found a way to get the sweep, that would have been sweet for the Royals. But it just goes to show how long the baseball season is. You can have a week when you think they lose to the Indians and the Yankees. What was it like? They won 1 game in each of those series,
right.
And you thought that the season was over. They come back and have a good week, and now we're all up on high on them again. We'll see where we are next Sunday with these guys.
Okay, the only other thing I want to add here is I got scolded by Danny Clinkscale, Sports Radio 810. Just imagine that, okay? Saying, I don't know how they're winning. They're only scoring 3.3 runs a game. They're like the Minnesota Twins. What do you think? Real quick.
Yeah, look, I do think they need to score more runs, and that's what I talked about. That I think, You like that they're winning these series, and yet they can still get better. Like, nobody's playing at 100%. Nobody has all 9 guys hot in your lineup. Nobody has all 3 guys in your rotation throwing BBs. So, look, you have to be able to win while taking on water. No ship goes without, getting dinged around somewhat. And I think that's why you like the Royals. The middle of their order is still a big problem, and yet they're still finding ways to win in spite of it. I think that's a great sign for the future.
All right, up next, our hot topics. You're watching Sunday Sound Off.